Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Mauli Spurat Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhī Māpīna Vakshoruham Pāణibhyāmalipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam सौम्यां रत्न घटस्थ रक्त चरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्
Suprabhatam. A warm welcome to all our participants on the 17th day of the Global Festival of Yoga. We started the festival on 21st June 2020, that is the International Yoga Day, and it is continuing up to 28th July 2020. In the month-long online Global Festival of Yoga, we are delighted to present many wonderful teachers across the globe. And today we have with us Shri Naveen Meghwal ji joining us. Naveen ji, I request you to kindly come on the screen, please. Swagatam.
Namaste everyone.
Thank you, Naveen ji, for joining us. And I also would like to welcome all our participants who are joining from different parts of the world. It could be morning in some places, it could be noon, and it could be even be evening and night. So we have the entire world across the globe who are joining us. Today, Naveenji will be presenting a practice on a very important theme, that is Prana Yoga. A little more about the theme a little later, but I would like to introduce Naveenji. Naveenji has completed his Masters in Yogic Sciences in Swami Vivekananda Anusandhana Samsthana, the S-VYASA University. From many of us have joined this festival. Yesterday we heard Naveen Vishweshwaraya ji, who spoke on research and various paradigms in yoga, and he was one of the faculties of the same university, and several other teachers who have come before who are also joining are from S-VYASA University. So that is the great contribution of S-VYASA to the world of yoga. And continuing further, Naveenji is a certified yoga therapist and an instructor. He nearly has about 2 decades of experience of teaching in India and abroad, and he has currently founded and is also the director of Ananda Yoga in Hong Kong. That's where he stays most of the time. But currently, because of the lockdown, we are fortunate to have him here in the India at the moment. His teachings offer us a synthesis between the best of the East and the West of spirituality and modern sciences focused towards inner transformation. His effort in bringing well-being to society is recognized internationally through various kinds of works, teachings, and publications. And he has also studied and published on the immediate effect of energy alignment and mantra on stress-related pain in adolescents through a widespread program and research in India. And the paper was also presented in the pain management conference in UK. And that's just one to say, but he has many such academic engagements too, along with his teaching. And today he's with us to lead a session on Prana Yoga. In the yoga tradition, especially when it comes to the understanding of the subtle body, we refer to different kinds of pranas, especially the Pancha Mahapranas, which operate in the body. And today, Naveenji's session will help us connect with these subtle energies, energy channels, and work with them. And with this brief introduction, I request Naveenji to take over from this point onwards. And I also request all our participants to engage and have wonderful experience this morning. And if you have any questions, kindly drop them in the Q&A box, which we can take up after nearly 45-50 minutes of practice. With this, over to you, Naveenji.
Thank you so much, Vinay. I welcome all of you for this Global Festival of Yoga. And today we are going to practice Prana Yoga. It is very simple asana practices. Through asanas, we'll move to pranayama practices, and we'll try to sense or feel a bit of different pancha prana, the mahapranas. And many of you will feel at certain level that there is some prana flowing, there's some subtle energy flowing, there's a subtle body around you, and there is expanding and all this. Experience can be different for individuals according to your physical health, according to your own experience, and according to your own practice also. But then somehow all of you will be able to feel a little bit of sensation in the body about the prana and all this. So anyone who is having any kind of pain in the body or any ailment or any other issue with the body, you take it lightly. The postures are simple, but then again, you have to take care of yourself. Wherever I need to remind you about the postures and about something, I'll ask you to skip the posture or take the easy option. So remember, do not force yourself, do not push, take it easy. It's more about how to prepare the body and experience the pranayama through some pranayama practices. And if you are in your room, then if you have switched on your aircon, I request you to switch it off. If the fan is directly facing to you or on high speed, you switch it off or low speed so that your body can generate some heat, some warmness, and you can have a deeper practice. So we'll start the session now. If you have any mat or any cloth, then you can come to your mat. I will leave the practice from here. So once you come on the mat, then you sit in Siddhasana. Left heel in, pressing to the perineum, right leg forward. So the heels in one line, okay? Like this. Then if you are female or ladies, then you try to push the right leg in so that connect with your yang energy to your yin. So remember, if you are lady, female, then you place the right leg in. If you are male, then left leg in. So this connect, or this basically complete a circle of yin yang. Your left body represent the yin, your perineum, if you're a male body, represent your basic energy, male. So it connect, same thing for the female. So now, once you are sitting in Siddhasana, and if you have any difficulty to sit straight, you can simply sit in cross leg if it is difficult for you for knee pain and all this. And if your back is not comfortable, you can use a towel or a blanket, folded blanket, or you can in fact use the block. Now place your hands on your thighs, on your knees. In any mudra, just keep your palms open, shoulders relaxed, chest slightly up but relaxed, okay? Spine straight, vertical, your chin slightly drop down a little bit, and then close your eyes. Now, after closing your eyes, you watch your whole body from toes to the head and head to the toes. We'll scan it quickly so you can connect with the body. So bring your awareness at your toes, observe them, mount of the toes, your soles, heels, ankle joint, your calf muscle, your knees, your thighs, your hip joint, pelvic area, the lower abdomen and the lower back, upper abdomen and the middle back, chest and your upper back. Then bring your awareness to your arms, your fingers and your thumbs, your palms, your hands, wrist, lower arm, elbows, upper arm, shoulders, shoulder joint, your shoulder blades, collarbone, throat, neck, your face, and the head. After visualizing the whole body, connecting with the whole body, bring your awareness at the tip of your nose. Watch your breath. Remember, when I say watch your breath, that means you don't manipulate it, you don't force it. Just watch your breath as it is. The air is moving in and out. You simply watch it. When you are able to connect with your breath, somehow you are able to connect with the self. Your mind gets calm and quiet. Your body settles down. And you start establishing in the self. And once you establish in the self, then you are ready for the practice. So keep watching your breath for a while. And if you feel your breath is not settled, if it is not smooth, then you take a few deep breaths in and then completely exhale. Feel your breath, observe it. Just keep watching for a while, connect with your breath. I will chant Om sound for 3 times. You can chant along with me or you can listen to it. And feel when you chant Omkara, the vibration spread your whole body from toes to the head. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Feel yourself connected, quiet and silent. You're established in the self, and now you are ready for the practice. So now you can gently open your eyes. So here we are going to stimulate Panch Mahaprana through different stretching and asana, then through pranayama practice. So we are going to stimulate the udana that flows in your throat and your face and the head. Then the prana that flows in your chest and the upper back. Then samana from your diaphragm to the navel. Then apana from navel to the base, this part. And then vyana pervade in the whole body. It connects with all other pranas. But basically we will use the limbs, the legs and the arms to connect the vyana with other pranas. So be in the sitting position and take your arms back, interlock your fingers and stretch your arms. So from the side, it's like this, stretch your arms, open the chest and head up, look up. Remember, if you have any kind of serious shoulder pain, then don't stretch too much and look up. Hold it for a few breaths. Slowly inhale and exhale. And now relax. Relax your arms, roll the shoulders. Now bring your palms underneath your chin. As you breathe in, move your chin up and look up. As you breathe out, move your head down. Interlock your fingers, place your hands at the back of your head and then elbow closer. Inhale, chin up and look up. Exhale, bring your head down, interlock your fingers, push the head down, elbow closer. One more, inhale, chin up and look up. Hold for 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, bring your head down, interlock your fingers, elbow closer. Hold for 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center and relax. Relax your shoulders. Now inhale, take your right arm up and exhale, bend your neck to the right side by placing your right hand to the left side of your head. Inhale, center, exhale, release. Now inhale, left arm up, exhale, bend your neck to the left. Feel the stretch to the right side of your neck. Inhale, center, exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, right arm up, exhale, bend your neck to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, release. Left arm up, exhale, bend your neck to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale, release. Hands on your thighs. Now turn your head side to side. So inhale, exhale, turn your head to the left. Look to the left side. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. One more time, inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, and relax. Now, after doing a little bit of movement for the neck and the upper part, we'll go for the chest area. So, release your legs first. Shake your legs. Then move your legs in and out. We are going to do cat pose, Marjariasana. So, bend your legs in diamond pose, Vajrasana. And then separate your knees up to the shoulder width. Drop your elbows in front of your knees, hands on the mat. Use the tip of your middle finger. Take one more hand distance in the front. Separate your feet. If you have knee pain, then toes pointing back. If no knee pain, then tuck your toes. Now inhale, move your spine down and look up. Exhale, spine up, round your back, head down, chin to the chest. Inhale, spine down, look up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale, 3, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale, 4, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale, 5, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale, 6, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale 7, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. Inhale 8, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. 2 more. Inhale 9, spine down, head up. Exhale, spine up, head down. 1 more. Inhale 10, spine down, head up, look up. And exhale, spine up, head down. Chin to the chest. Now inhale, head in the center. And we'll go for downward facing dog. So knees slightly up, your heels up, knees still bend, okay? And push your hip back and then straighten the legs. Now you can do the cycling. If you have high blood pressure or hypertension or any heart disorder, then you don't drop the head, your head in the center, or you can avoid this pose. Now straighten the legs, hip back, head down, chest open, look towards your navel. Hold it for 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward and bring your feet forward. Separate your legs up to the shoulder width. Fingers or palms on the mat. And head down. Remember, if you have high blood pressure, hypertension, or any heart disease, you can sit down for a while. Do not force yourself. Hold this pose. 1, 2, 3. Feel the stretch in your hamstring. 4, 5. Now look forward. Hands on the hip and come up. Relax your shoulders. Loosen it. So we are trying to activate the chest area. Feet parallel, hands on the hip. Inhale, raise your right arm up, reach up to the ceiling. Extend it. Exhale for a while. Now again, a fresh inhalation. Deep inhale. Exhale, support your left hand and bend to the left side. If you have serious back pain, then don't bend too much, just a little bit. Inhale, center. Pull the arm up. Exhale, release your arm. Place your right hand on the right hip. Inhale, left arm up, reach up. And exhale, bend to your right. Feel the stretch to the left side of your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, right arm up, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend to your left. Feel the stretch on the right arm, right side of your chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm up, reach up. Exhale, bend to your right. Push your hip down. Remember, you support the right hip with the right hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. The last one. Inhale, right arm up, reach up, extend. Exhale, bend to your left side. Hold it for 5 count. You move your arm behind the ear. Some of you are flexible, no pain in the back. No other pain, then you can turn the right palm, hold the right wrist with the left hand, and go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Now inhale, left arm up, reach up, extend. Exhale, bend to your right. Feel the stretch. And those who are flexible without any body pain, you can turn the left palm, hold the left wrist, extend. Hold for 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center and release. Relax your shoulders. Now we'll work on samana, the upper abdomen, and along with the prana. So you can watch for a while. The feet remain apart up to the shoulder width. We'll interlock the fingers, turn the palm like this. And it's basically somewhat like Tadasana. So you will inhale and stretch the arm up like this. So those who are new, you can watch. We'll pull the arm up and lift the chest, then look to the hand. And as you exhale, you open the palms, stretch the arm, and slowly go down. Okay. So interlock your fingers, turn the palm, push your hand down, inhale, raise your arms up, reach up, and lift the chest. Look up to your hand. Exhale. Release, bend forward, go down. Again, inhale, interlock your fingers, lift your chest, Open it, look up, exhale, bend forward. Again, inhale, interlock your fingers, stretch your arms, look up, exhale, and bend forward. Again, interlock your fingers, stretch your arms, look up, exhale, and bend forward. One more time. Interlock your fingers, stretch your arms, look up, hold for 5 count. 1. So you are not raising the heels, you just lift the chest and look up to your hands. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale and bend forward. Hold it here. Place your hands on the mat. Keep your eyes closed. And just pay attention to your body and listen to the sound. And with the sound, you are able to go a little bit more down. Feel with the sound, you become calm, relax, hold the Pada Hasta Asana. Few more breaths, be there. Your hands on the mat. Keep your eyes closed. Now, look forward. Slowly separate your legs a bit more, turn the toes out, and bend your knees and squat malasana. If you have any pain in your knees, you can sit down in cross-leg. So you sit in malasana, hold it here. So this one we are doing for apana. Keep your back straight, hold it for 5 counts. And those who are regular practitioner and those who know about bandhas, then you turn your head slightly up and do the Mula Bandha base lock. Hold it here. 1, 2, 3. Feel the hip, feel the base, feel your lower abdomen and the lower back. 4, 5. Slowly relax your hands. Place your hand to the side and sit down. And now do the butterfly first. So right now this is not a pose. We are doing a loosening. Then we'll go into the asana. So if you have any kind of knee pain, then you can move your feet forward, or you can put some block or blanket or towel under the knee. Rest of the students, you hold the feet and then turn the soles up. When you turn the soles up, it open up the hip joint. It releases the tension from the hip. And if you want, you can move your knees up and down. So this one is basically, remember you are not moving the knees up, you just tap it down. And when you tap it down, it will automatically move up. Now hold it here. Now some of you may be only able to do this much, or you are like this, still okay. Those who are comfortable, you bend forward. And if you are here only, you are not able to touch your forehead on the mat, then you try to extend the arm. So those who don't know how to extend the arm, you can watch me. You extend the right arm like this, like swim, as if you're swimming. And then the left arm, swim. Then the right arm, swim. Left arm, swim. And after doing it a few times, you'll be able to go more down. And then at the end, drop your head. So hold Baddha Kona Asana, bounded angle pose, or in simple language, butterfly. And now when you hold it here, You listen to the sound, and with the sound, you go a little bit more down. With each sound, you surrender, you go down, you relax yourself into the pose. So any kind of pain will be able to release, or the tightness from the body will release. Listen to the sound and flow into the pose with the sound. One more time. Now slowly come out from the pose with an inhalation. Slowly come out. And then you can move your knees up and down again. And now hold your knees, hug your knees. Relax your arms, release your legs in the front. Move your legs in and out. So this was for the Apana Vayu. Now we'll go for Apana and Samana together. So bring the right leg down. We'll do Ardha Matsyendrasana and left foot outside the right knee. Those who have difficulty like this, you can straighten the right leg and bend the left leg and bring the left foot close to the right knee. So after bending the left leg, you use your right arm, hold the left knee, and then use your left arm, hold the right elbow like this. This is easy option. Those who are flexible, you place your left hand at the back. If you're more comfortable, then stretch your right arm, push the knee, and press your left knee with the right arm. Left hand at the back side, look back. Hold it for 10 count. Feel your abdomen. Breathe through your abdomen. Try to breathe in and breathe out. You'll feel a lot of heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head in the center. Relax your arms. And now switch the leg. Change. Left leg down. Your right leg up. Right foot outside the left knee. Use your left arm. Hold the right knee. Twist to your right. Or take your left arm up. Push the knee with your left elbow and look back. Hold it for 10 count. Breathe through your abdomen. 1, 2. Look back. Chest open. Okay. Move your right shoulder back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head in the center. Relax your arms. Release your legs in the front. Shake your legs. Move your legs in and out. Now for the Prana Vayu, the chest area. So there are a few options. Those who are not that flexible, you will sit in Sukhasana, cross leg. And then hands at the back side, chest open, drop the head. If you have no knee pain, and if you're comfortable, then easy camel, that means knees apart, in diamond pose, hands at the back side, push your hip forward. Those who feel comfortable, you come on the knees, tuck your toes, hands at the lower back, inhale, chest up, and go back. Hold your heels, open the chest, and drop your head. So push your chest upward. 1, 2. Remember, you are choosing the option according to your flexibility. 3, 4. Just for it count. 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowly come out from the pose by placing your hands on the lower back. Sit in Vajrasana, diamond pose. Now, feel your breath. Allow the breath to become normal. And now, we'll press the top of the forehead, the hairline area. This part for Udana Vayu. So, it's a variation of child pose. Please watch. Those who don't know, you watch. You will drop the elbows by the side of the knees, hands on the mat. Then you lift your hips slightly up, place your forehead on the mat. So remember, you are not going to press the top of the head. You just lift the hip, elbow up. Only the top of your forehead you will press. Only the top of your forehead will be pressed. And then if you want, you can relax the arms like this. Okay? So we'll start together. Remember, only the top of the forehead, not the crown. Knees apart, elbows by the side of the knees or in front of the knees, hips slightly up. Place your forehead between the hands. Now hip more up, elbow up. Less weight on the hands, elbow in. If you have any eye problem or something related to the head, you can skip this posture. Those who feel comfortable, you relax your arms by the side of the body. Hold for 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax. Come out from the pose. Relax your shoulders. Now release your legs in the front. One more pose, and then we'll go for pranayama. Shake your legs. Move your legs in and out. Legs apart up to the shoulder width. And if you feel flexible and comfortable, then feet closer, okay? Move your buttocks out. Knees straight. Inhale, raise your arms up, reach up. Exhale, bend forward. Hold your heels. So you can hold the toes or the mount of the toes. And if you're not that flexible, hold the ankle or shin bone. Rest of the students, you can hold the heel and go down. Hold for 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly come out from the pose. You shake your legs, move your legs in and out. And now you sit in any comfortable meditative posture. It can be Siddhasana, it can be cross-legged, or if you're not that comfortable, you can sit on the chair also, but then keep your back straight. Now we'll go for a few basic, some pranayama practices. 1 kriya plus pranayama, and then 1 bastrika. So you have to watch first. What we are going to do is, we'll do Kapalbhati. But if you are pregnant, if you have menstruation, if you have serious back pain, you can avoid it, or you can do it very slowly. But if you're pregnant, don't do it. And any kind of nasal infection and all this. So according to that, you can skip the practice. Rest of the student, you can do. What we are going to do in Kapalbhati, we'll tap the crown. Okay, so when we breathe out, you tap the crown, and after some time, you don't tap, just hands on the knees, and continue the Kapalbhati. And those who have any kind of pain in the head, or recent head surgery, or some issue with the head or brain, you don't tap. You can just place the hand like this. So I'll show you first what you need to do in Kapalbhati. In Kapalbhati, we do active exhalation and passive inhalation. So for inhalation, you don't try. It will happen by itself. You just focus on exhalation by tapping the head. So make a cup of the palm, and then bring the hand above the head. And when you breathe out, you tap like this. So when you breathe out, your navel goes in and you tap. So you are stimulating the apana and samana, and same time you are stimulating the udana by tapping the head also. And those with difficulty, you just place the hand on the head. Now, another thing is, if you feel that you are not able to breathe out that much, your paranasal sinus is blocked, you can use the tip of your index finger or the middle finger and push the tip of the nose up. Then it will help you to open the nostril. You can breathe out completely. Okay. So we'll do it around 60 to 80 strokes. Those who are not comfortable, you do only 20 strokes or 30 strokes. Okay. So make a cup of the right hand palm or the left hand. Bring the hand above the head. First inhale, then start exhaling and tap. Continue, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Keep breathing out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Continue. Every time you exhale, your navel goes in and you keep tapping the head. 10 more times. Keep tapping, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. You'll feel a lot of sensation in the head. Now continue the breathing. That means keep exhaling, but relax your hands on the knees, and keep breathing out. Ten strokes more. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. And now completely exhale and stop the practice. Keep your eyes closed. For a moment, your breath has stopped or it become effortless. And at this moment, you feel some heat at your navel. The energy from the navel or lower abdomen is moving to the upper abdomen. And if you are conscious enough, you can feel the same energy is merging with another energy at the chest, going up to the forehead, and at the top of the head. You feel some sensation, feel some energy. Just watch for a while. And now we'll do Sudarshan Kriya. It's a form of Bhastrika only, breathe in and out. Those who know about Sudarshan Kriya or about this practice, you don't need to open the eyes. But those who don't know, you watch. What we're going to do is, we'll clap first. Just watch. We'll clap like this 10 times. And then we'll rub the palm. And then again clap 10 times. And again rub the palm. Then you make a fist, thumb inside, bring this fist at the shoulder level. If you have shoulder injury or frozen shoulder, if your breathing is not comfortable, or if you have any heart disease or asthmatic, you do it slowly or very little, okay? So we'll see, inhale and raise the arms up, open the palm. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, make a fist and bring it down. This one will do around 30 to 40 strokes. But those who are suffering from any kind of ailment, you can skip or you can just do 5 to 10 strokes. After doing 30 to 40 strokes, you bring the hands in Namaste. And once you bring your hands in Namaste, then after the hands are in Namaste, you will separate the hands a little bit like this and feel the heat, feel the energy between the palm. Then separate more and then bring it closer. Separate and close like this 5 to 6 times. Then when you feel the energy strong, you'll feel a magnet between your hands and then bring it closer. After some time, you'll feel there's an energy ball between your hands. So you move that ball, rotate it like this, continue this one, rotate. And then later on, when you feel you are able to experience it, then you move this energy to your head, feel the Udana, feel the Prana, chest, Samana. You supply it, okay? And after that, you feel it in your lower abdomen and move to the legs. And then from the legs, you move it up to the Vyana, and then Apana, Samana, Prana, and Udana, all the way up. And at the end, you bring your hands in front of your chest, still the palms apart. Then gradually you bring the hands closer and hands in Namaste like this. So this is the practice. Keep your back straight. This one you should do with closed eyes. Bring your hands in Namaste. First we'll do the clapping for 10 times. So start clapping, open the finger and tap, clap. Now rub the palm. Again, clap. Rub the palm. Now, stop the practice. Make your fist, thumb inside, bring your fist at the shoulder level. Remember, according to your strength, your body condition, you will breathe, okay? Inhale, stretch your arms up, open the palm. Exhale, make your fist and bring it down. Continue the practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Powerful. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Continue. Those who are tired, you can stop the practice. Those who feel comfortable, you continue for 10 more strokes. Breathe in and out. Now breathe out and stop the practice. Bring your hands in Namaste at your heart center. Do not tighten your wrist. Do not tighten the fingers. Just your hands in Namaste. Feel it. And you can feel the current at your fingertips. You can feel the energy in your fingers, in your palms, in your hands, wrist, lower arm, elbows, upper arm, shoulder, shoulder blade, collarbones, your chest and the upper back. This is how the Vyana is connecting all of the pranas. Now separate your palms few inches, around 3 to 4 inches. And you can feel the heat, the magnet between your palms. And now bring the hands a bit closer. Feel there is a pushing as if there is a glue between your palms. Now separate your palms 5 to 6 inches and bring your hands a bit closer. But remember, you will not do Namaste. You will just bring the hands closer. Palms are not touching. Then separate your palms a little bit more, 6 to 7 inches or 8 inches, and bring them closer. Continue like this. Move your hands out and in. Feel the heat. Feel the energy. Feel a lot of energy between your palms. Move your hands out. Then in. Few more. Out. In. Feel there's a magnet between your palms and it's pushing your palms away. Strong energy between your hands. Few more. There's very powerful energy. And in fact, many of you may not be able to push the hands or bring the hands closer because it's so strong. Now, when you feel comfortable like this, if you are good at this stage, if you can easily feel it, now you rotate as if there is an energy ball between your hands and you move this energy ball. Feel this energy ball between your palms, between your hands. So experience this energy ball between your palms and the hands. Continue. Now, when you feel that you are able to feel or experience this energy ball, then you can move this energy ball to your head for Udana and experience Udana in your head. Udana in your head, your face, your neck, your throat. And then when you feel comfortable, according to your feeling, okay, you can move the hands a little bit down. Feel the energy layer in your chest, around your chest, the subtle body, the pranic body, and the prana is flowing in the chest area. Then you feel the samana in your upper abdomen, at your diaphragm and upper abdomen. Then you can move your hands a little bit more down to apana, the lower abdomen. Then you move your hands a little bit more down to your hip. So remember, you are not touching your hands to the body. You are just moving the hands around the body. Then to your legs, till the feet. And then from the feet, reverse flow to your legs, your knees, your thighs, your hip. Then feel it at your lower abdomen. The hands are in front of the lower abdomen. Feel the apana. Move your hands up a little bit to the samana, upper abdomen, then to the prana in your chest area, then your neck and the throat. This is udana. Then to your head. Move your hands to your head. Just few more minutes and feel it to the head. Udana. And now slowly, after feeling this, bring your hands in front of the chest, palm facing each other. Bring your hands a bit closer. Feel it, lot of force, lot of energy. Then bring your hands more close and ultimately in Namaste, and feel you are so light, so comfortable. Feel weightlessness, mind is empty. And now from here, in Namaste, you move your hands up bit by bit slowly to the ceiling, and you feel you are able to lift the subtle body. You are able to lift the body, the energy. Feel the apana in the lower abdomen, samana in the upper abdomen, prana in the chest, udana in your head, and vyana throughout the body from the limbs. And then slowly bring your hands down in front of your chest. Do it 2 more times. Feel that you are moving upward and downward. Your subtle body is becoming lighter. Move your hands up and down. Do it very slow, as slow as possible. It should be subtle. It should be soft. Little bit more. Remember, very soft. One more time. This is the last round. And at the end, you bring your hands in front of your chest in Namaste. Be in Namaste. Feel quiet, feel silent, and become so calm. Tada drishtu sarupe avasthanam. You are established in yourself. Listen to the sound. Quiet and calm. You connect with the self. With each sound, you surrender to the divine. This is not you. The energy that you have experienced is the divine energy, and the divine is always within. Totally quiet, completely surrender. Be grateful for this connection. Just be there, quiet and calm, totally silent. And now remain in this mindful state, this quietness, this connection to the self throughout your day. Be humble, be grateful for the life that you have. Pay gratitude to this nature and be content. When you have found yourself, when you have found the peace within, then you have known nothing to find around. You feel complete, you feel content. And with this feeling, we end this session. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. You can open your eyes now, or if you want to rest for a while, you can rest also. Or you can just continue your meditation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naveen ji, for this lovely session. What I felt was we were taken through simple set of practices that we are familiar, but just to give the dimension of working with the prana, with the same set of practices, and be aware of the movements of the presence, connect with it and work with it. I think that was the most beautiful part of the session. Thank you very much. So now we'll open it up for questions. So since they were all immersed in practice, we haven't had the questions so far. I think now it will start coming slowly. Meanwhile, can I request you to share, since you have been working with this particular approach and you have been teaching this, is there anything that you would like to share that specifically how this has benefited the practitioners by bringing their awareness to the prana?
Okay. See, I always believe that there are different dimensions to experience the life. And if you allow your senses to involve in the outer world, like if I'm very much involved in the outer world, I'll explore the outer world. So simple breathing, which I'm taking in and out, if I start paying attention to it, if I allow my senses, as I mentioned, like senses has two ways. It can move outward, it can move inward. The inward movement of senses, we have not experienced. So in yoga, we always say that if you somehow shut down your senses for a while, because they are used to move, they are used to experience something. So if you shut down your senses and if they are not moving outward, that means they are habitual to move, they will start turning inward. When they turn inward, they explore. So simple practices like, because it's very difficult for people to watch the breath, because the mind is very fast. So you take few deep breath or few fast breath. And once you take some quick breath, your attention suddenly come back to you. And once your attention come back to you, and then the same senses that were going out now turn inward. When they turn inward, then your awareness gets deeper because you have experienced a different dimension. Your dimension has changed about the energy. So the energy is always there, but somehow we are not able to connect with it. We are not able to pay enough attention. And whatever you nourish, whatever you pay attention grows within you. So allow the senses to turn inward by taking one or two steps. Like if you have noticed in Kapalabhati, because I feel that we do Kapalabhati, still many people's mind keep on wandering. So I just put something extra, tapping the Kapal, top of the head, the crown area. So at the top of the head, your awareness cannot go anywhere. And even after you finish the practice, your sensation will still remain there. So Kapalabhati means your awareness come to the eyebrow center or to the Kapala area. But once people finish, and after half minute, their awareness mind starts still wandering outside. But once you tap this one, then you start experience higher dimension. Your awareness will not move out. So it will remain for 2-3 minutes in the same area. Because your mind needs some activity, your mind needs some better experience. If you don't give a better experience to the mind will always go to the lower experiences, mundane life. So in your practices, if you can go a little bit deeper, if you can analyze it, that's what I always, I think from you and other teachers and from Guruji and all these, Shishadriji, we always have learned Pariprashnena. So once you established within, then you think how it happened. Because many people go into meditation, but they don't know how they go. They don't realize also some are naturally born to go into meditation. So when life gives them a different experience, they are not able to explore it, or they are not able to cope up with it. So once you have established a little bit inside by doing Kapalabhati or by doing certain practices, then you start analyzing how it happened after coming out from the session. When you know the path, that this is the way it has happened, then you know that you have found the kimia, you have found the way, you have found the path. When you have found the path, then it's easier for you to go again and again and go deeper into the practice. So this is my approach, that first you establish yourself into the practice a little bit, then pariprashni. Then there will be Shraddha. Automatically you will feel that it's not me, it's another dimension. There's something else flowing through me. I'm just the medium. So this is how things happen.
So thank you very much, because I think this is very important in the sense that the practice alone it's a good starting, it's a good beginning, but that's not enough.
Yes.
Having that awareness, being cautious of that, not getting into a mechanical mode, and that becomes very important for progression in the practice. So we have a question from Dr. Jai Prakash Gupta, who is one of our regular participant in the all these sessions. He says, thanks, would you like to advise thoracic, diaphragmatic or abdominal breathing when doing pranayama?
Mm-hmm. So for thoracic...
Any comments on that?
Yes. So as I told, like for beginners and those who are not that healthy or have some health issues and all this, they should start with very basic practices. Abdominal breathing, that when you breathe in, like you can lie down on the back and you can place one block or any object, book on your tummy, and then breathe through the abdomen. Then that will be an abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. Then once you get used to this one, remember, you don't start suddenly with the chest breathing or thoracic breathing or another breathing, diaphragmatic breathing and all this. You basically first move the tummy, okay? Once you learn how to move the abdomen and how the abdomen can synchronize with the breathing, then you move to the thoracic breathing, chest breathing. And once you get used to the chest breathing and then the abdominal breathing, then you go for the clavicle breathing, because that is the most difficult part, because that needs very subtle movement. So for abdominal breathing, you can just place your hands on your abdomen, or it can be in lying down position and all this. And then first you exhale for a while so that your body, your lungs are a little bit empty and you can inhale properly. After exhaling, then you inhale. Then let your abdomen move outward. When you exhale, feel the abdomen is sinking down. Many people have this habit to push the abdomen down, which is not correct, which is not appropriate also, actually, I would say. You allow the abdomen to move out, and when the air moves out, then automatically the abdomen is sinking down. If you can watch that sinking down, the traditional practices or the proper practices, you let the abdomen sink down with the breathing. And when you sink down, your mind also sink down with that. Your mind also gets settled down with that, and your ego reduces. That is the very important thing about yoga practices, that exhalation in the starting, you may put a little bit of effort, but later on, you have to pay attention to the exhalation, allow it to happen. So all the knots, all the blockages you have in your body start releasing, your ego start releasing, your mind starts settling down. So for inhalation is okay, because inhalation always needs effort. Normally when we inhale, even in sleeping, inhalation needs a little bit of effort, but exhalation happens naturally. It automatically happens. And yoga practices are basically to make a person aware about that exhalation that happen naturally. Once it happens naturally, then your expiratory neurons at the back of the head, they stimulate, because we don't stimulate them. One part of our neurons, the expiratory neurons, they are not being involved in our practices. So if you allow the exhalation to slow down and deeper and happen, then you'll find you get more calm and your expansion in the abdomen and all the muscles is better. So inhale and then slowly allow the exhalation. You don't force. Same thing for the chest. Initially, you need to put the hands on the chest or here to feel it more. So more effort for inhalation, less effort for exhalation. Then the clavicle breathing, up and then down. Then you combine them together. Like this, okay? So this is about complete yogic breathing with abdominal, thoracic, and clavicle breathing.
I think what you mentioned, like especially bringing the attention towards the exhalation is the most important thing. Even if we look at the Yoga Sutra text, where you have the sutra in the Ekatattva Abhyasa Prachardana Vidharana Abhyam Va Pranasya, the focus is on exhalation.
Yes.
And that is the one that does magic.
Yes.
While inhalation is important, slow inhalation is all important. What actually really does the magic is the exhalation. Therefore, in all these practices, what the yogis, the masters say is that focus on conscious breathing and slow exhalation. Exhalation to be longer than the inhalation. I think these are the two things which are always been mentioned or referred to in all these practices.
I can add one more thing, because many people have asked, like, because if we look deeply, there should be inhalation and exhalation, but our yogis, our rishis, they have designed Kapalabhati and they call it Kriya also. And the only reason is because it is very abnormal. You will not find any creature who just exhale, exhale, exhale all the time. People will inhale and exhale, and it has to be rhythmic. That's a healthy person. But our approach towards life is to take, to pull everything. And our inhalation is always with a lot of effort, forceful. And exhalation, we don't pay attention. So what happens is, as I told, there are expiratory and inspiratory neurons at your medulla point, above the medulla. So these points, when you always focus on inhalation, and when your attention is too much on inhalation, your inspiratory neurons become active, because whatever you do, that part of the brain will become active. And when you don't pay attention to exhalation, then your expiratory neurons will remain passive. That means somehow you are imbalanced physically, at energy level, and in mental level. So that's why there is a reason we say Kapalabhati is a Kriya, because it cleanses you, it balances, it removes some blockages. So when you keep exhaling, you start stimulating the expiratory neurons in your brain. When you stimulate expiratory neurons, then your inspiratory neurons and expiratory neurons both become balanced, and you become a balanced person. And your approach towards life has changed. You not always keep taking from the life, from the nature. You feel harmony with the life. So when yogis have designed this practice, they have in this mind that a human being will always have this mindset to take everything, to get everything, because he's somehow imbalanced. So Kapalabhati is being known as Kriya. The reason being is this has to be done first. When you do it first, then you become balanced. A balanced mind, with a balanced mind, whatever you do, become balanced. If you are imbalanced mind, whatever you do, whether yoga practice also do, it will not benefit you that much. So once these neurons are stimulated, you become balanced, then you start other pranayamas, other practices and all these, and your approach towards life, towards yourself will change. That's what you mentioned the point. And that's what yogis have designed this type of practices, by deep thinking.
Thank you very much. I just would like to add a point more, and it's also contextual. We are speaking about the pandemic situation, especially COVID, and how it affects our breathing and lungs and all these things. So there is this one recent research idea that has come up, which people are working on, and there are already a couple of papers published on it. One of the papers says that we have something called nitric oxide in our nasal tract, which is both, it's antiviral and it's a vasodilator.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the most important thing. And this nitric oxide gets activated during elongated exhalation. So this is extremely important to have work with it, so that nostril breathing and especially elongated exhalation will help increase the amounts of nitric oxide, which acts not only as a vasodilator, but also antiviral, killing the various kinds of pathogens that enter our body. And added to it, what they have also found that a humming bee sound added to the exhalation, which will naturally enhances the length. So there are multiple benefits while doing a Brahmari or an elongated breathing, and also using this at the current moment, something that we really need to look into and explore it or exploit it further. So thank you, Naveenji, for bringing out all these ideas in various ways. Just continuing with a couple of questions, I'll club a couple of questions that we have. Uh, you were mentioning about Kapala Bhati, and you also mentioned about bringing the hand on the head to create awareness or attention. So is there any specific suggestion for what hand to be brought into the crown of the head? That is one. And I'm clubbing the questions. Uh, how many times can one do Kapala Bhati, or there are specific times that you would recommend when people can do Kapala Bhati? And lastly, from what age onwards can young children or youth start?
Okay. So one thing is, for physically, if you have any issue or pain in your body, shoulder or something, suppose the shoulders are stiff, right is stiff, then you use the left hand. But basically, if you can bring the right hand above the head, then because this will generate more energy, and the sun energy will invoke in your body. The yang energy will invoke in the body. And once your right hand does some activity, the body responds faster with this one. So if you use the right hand, it's slightly better. But again, it depends on your feeling of the, if you have stiff shoulder, painful wrist and all this, then you can use any hand. Now, how many times or how long a person should do? You can start with 20-30 strokes of Kapalabhati, and gradually you can pick up the speed. And when you feel that you're quite okay, you are not feeling lack of breathing, you are not feeling tired and all this, then you can increase to 60 to 70 or 80 strokes or a little bit more. And those who are regular practitioners who don't have an issue, we suggest them you can do 120 strokes a minute or a little bit longer than that or more than that. And after that, it's up to your feeling, how you feel, how your body responds, how deep you are in the practice, okay? But I suggest you don't do too much in the starting. Do only 20-30 strokes and feel it. When you get used to it, then 40-50 strokes gradually to increase the numbers of strokes. Another question was when to practice, okay? So we always say pranayama should be practiced early morning, around sunrise time with empty stomach, and around sunset time or after sunset time with empty stomach. And if you want to, these are the most beautiful time when you can get most benefit of these practices. But if you feel that you want to do other time of the day also, then you keep a 4 hours of gap between the meal. Do it with empty stomach so your energy can flow. Otherwise, your energy will involve in digesting the food and all this. So it will be a mismatch. It will not be synchronized. You will not be getting benefit by the practice. So there should be a gap around 3 to 4 hours between the practice and the meal. Another thing is how early a person can start. For my own experiences, Kapalabhati and this type of strong and powerful pranayama should be start or more safe after the age of 8 to 10 and all this. When a person has a little bit of understanding, when his body starts responding and his body is formed. So around the age of 8 to 10, then it's easier to practice, but still you have to start slowly. A younger kid or below that, they will not be able to develop the awareness to control it and to sense it. And then it can be a little bit harmful sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Yes.
This is also coupled with the insight that as children, as youngsters, we are naturally inclined towards all these practices without even having to put effort to do it. When a baby sleeps, it normally sleeps in a very sound sleep. You can see that pranayama happening when the baby is sleeping. Or the flexibility of the body, it's so flexible without doing any asanas. So it's only when we start growing up and when we move away from our own inner alignment, all these things become necessary. And that happens, or that completely manifests, I think, between the age of 8 to 10 onwards. So probably that is the right age, 10 age onwards to start some of these practices, which are very intense in many ways.
Add on to you, because like by the age of 6 or 7 something, it has been said that till that time your pineal gland is still stimulated, and a baby, young baby, learn more from intuitions and intellect. But after age of 6 or 7 or 8, they start becoming passive and your pituitary gland become active. So you stop learning through intellect. So then it's time to learn the yogic way, where you can develop the awareness and all this. But I personally request that if you have small baby and all this, you let them learn through intellect, intuition, experience the life, and so, like as you were telling, that they're naturally born with that. So you enhance their that capacity, that potential, so that when they grow up, they are capable. So you improve their capability and all this potential. Yes.
Thank you. We have a very interesting question from one of, from Veena Ranjini ji, who is asking, we were working with the prana and we can feel it. It's palpable in many ways. But are there ways to measure it and find out, okay, this many days of practice or this many years of practice has helped me enhance my pranic levels? Like, is there some objective measurement?
Objects, I think it's in the research and all this, is still, because there's no proper object, there is no proper method to measure the subtle body and pranic body, but there are some photography, there are some instruments which can somehow feel the color around your body, which can feel the aura around your body, which can feel the subtle sensation in your body and all this. So those are the measurement in the labs and all this, and that has been experimented with Swami Rama and some yogis, some sadhus from Bihar Yoga Bharati and all these about prana. But for normal person, it is very difficult to measure with a normal instrument and all this. It can be measured a little bit. Not, I think science has not still found to measure the subtle body and then the pranic body and all this. But they do know that there is subtle sensation in the body. There is a different dimension of this body. This body is not a normal body in this particular dimension. So that much they can do, but then I have not encountered any instrument or any object or anything which can measure the pranic flow and all this.
True. As Naveen ji says, we don't have any instruments or measurements which are completely accepted by the scientific community. There are researchers happening in various institutions. In fact, in S-VYASA itself, they're working on a couple of such instruments, and one of them is GDV, gas discharge visualization. It uses the kind of photo-electron emission that happens from the body to measure the state of health or otherwise of the pranic body, and also to use it to detect what could befall on the body in the years to come or later in the time. If there is a problem of alignment in the pranic body, that takes time before it gets manifested in the physical body. So they're working on it. They have had some amazing results in this area, but still it's an area that needs a lot of work before it becomes completely acceptable to scientific community. So that's where we stand. Thank you, Naveen ji, for that. And going further, we have a question which is about, there are questions on specific health situations regarding asthma. Can it help cure? I don't know if you want to take it here at the moment, because they could be specific to the individuals or the situation. Any comments on that?
For asthmatic patient and all this, we don't suggest them to start with the powerful and quick breathing. We always ask them to do something relaxing practice, because somehow when you have suffering from a disease, you develop fear or stress, tension. So first part is how to release the tension. So you do some very simple practices, abdominal breathing, some simple SVYASA and all these simple movement and all this. When you feel that your body start getting ready, then you start introducing little bit of pranayama practices, little bit mild bhastrika, okay, when you feel comfortable. Then you start developing the strength in your lungs. But before that, it has to be always soft practice, abdominal breathing, then after some time, thoracic breathing, and breathing with chair or something where you have support and all this. So for asthmatic patient, I will not suggest to do strong pranayama in the starting. Do something simple, some chanting. First, calm down the mind, relax yourself, and when you feel you are able to breathe better and your lungs are able to inhale and exhale better, then you start bit by bit some simple practices, and then mild Bhastrika and all this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just take one last question, and with that, we'll move towards concluding the session. You were giving this wonderful practice of feeling the energy ball.
Yes.
During the course. So one of our attendees has asked, like after a while, we start losing that contact with that ball. It dissipates.
Yes.
What can we do to have that intact?
Okay.
Like to have that feeling in a strong manner.
Yes. So one thing is, because today was, for some of you, it was first session to feel like that. So in the starting, if you can feel it for 1 minute, the first movement is moving the hands out and in. If you can feel this one, then you make it stronger. Once you make it stronger, you spend almost 1 week with that. When you feel that this does not break, then you start doing this one, the energy ball. And then you don't go out of this alignment. Just don't expand it, okay? Just keep it simple, small, and then feel that connection. And another thing is, many people, because they become aware about the breath suddenly. When they become aware about the breath, tightness in the body and all this, the awareness from here will go. So you develop awareness here. You don't focus on the breath. The breath may flow, may not, it doesn't matter. The body will take care of that. You start feeling the energy and then reduce the gap. And when you reduce the gap, you will feel strong sensation. Then you increase it. Within 1 or 2 weeks, you'll find that now this is getting bigger. Then you move to the next step. Because might be possible that when you were doing this one, and this was not enough for some of you, and you have not developed enough connection, or you were not completely established into it, and then you suddenly move this one because you want to experience more. So suddenly you move to this one, and then the connection was not too strong initially, and when you move to this one, the connection was slightly weaker here. So in the starting, you feel a bit strong, but after some time, you find it's lost. So you pay more attention to this middle part of the palm. So when you keep on paying attention, you find the energy is coming from here. The connection is from here, then this part, and then it is expanding around. So you pay more attention from where the energy is coming or from where the energy is connected. So if you pay slight more attention, you'll be able to connect easily, or this connection will not lost.
Thank you, Naveen ji, for that. I think this was something that was unique that's being offered. I mean, that was offered in all the sessions. So people will have something very concrete to practice and work on it. Thank you very much once again. Before I ask how can people connect with you, follow your work, and any message that you want to share before we leave or conclude the session, I just want to read out a couple of compliments and words of gratitude that people have expressed. Many of them are very grateful to what they have received. So Anju Lalji has said, love this session, much gratitude. Rita Dugalji has said, wonderful session. And we have Eva Viete from Switzerland who says, it's quite early for them in the morning, yet she has made efforts to join for this session. And she writes, amazing practice, combination of yoga from the Himalayas, Tibet, and Qigong from China. India meets China. We are all united in higher prana. I think that was a lovely message from Vaviate, and so on and so forth. There were many other messages too. So thank you very much, Naveen ji. I request now Srinivas ji to present the events of the day. Again, we'll get back to you soon. So this afternoon, in the second session between 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we have Dr. Ganesh Mohanji, who is the Program Director of Swastha Yoga and Ayurveda, who will be presenting on Yoga for Well-Being and Therapy, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Life. Many of you might know him. For those who don't know, he is the son of A.G. Mohan and Indra Mohanji, who were direct disciples of Desikacharya and Krishnamacharya for a very long time. He started his yoga training at quite early in his life and was also introduced with various hospital dimensions. By training, he is a medical doctor who also has deep insights in Ayurveda. So that makes him one of the best uh, persons to speak on yoga therapy and yoga for well-being. And he will be there with us this afternoon between 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So please join for this session. And then in the evening, in the 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. slot, in the third session of the day, we have Sri Umakant Gundechaji, who is the Drupad vocal maestro and who is also the founder of Drupad Samsthana, and Tarakini ji in a conversation on Nada Yoga and Drupad Sadhana. Drupad is one of the uh, sources from where Hindustani classical music has emerged from, and Drupad focuses very much on the intricacies of sound and the subtle sounds that emerge from the human vocal system. They can just take one simple sound and go on singing it for hours. That is the fine-tuning that the Drupad system has developed, and we have the maestro of the field presenting before us in conversation with Tarakini ji this evening. So this will be a wonderful treat. So do join us for this session on Nada Yoga and Drupad Sadhana this evening. And I also would like to add, like, these are the kind of speakers, presenters who are coming each day. So kindly ensure that you are able to join and also encourage and inspire friends. If each one of you can get 10 friends, we have an open flat platform where we can accommodate 10,000 people too without any problem. So please reach out, encourage your friends to join in, those who might be interested, those who might not know about the festival, and more the merrier. And we'll make the best use of the situation. What unfortunately COVID is there, but what it has provided, there's definitely a lot of blessing that can emerge out of this situation. So let's definitely make use of this. With this, I now come back to Naveen ji, and I also like to state that all these sessions are available on Indica Yoga YouTube channel. So if you have missed out any session of the past, you can always revisit it. If you want to continue with your practice with a particular teacher whom you have liked to or connected with, you can always refer back to that video of the session. And on Indica Yoga website, you can get to know about our next week's program. Our next week's program has been announced already there. So kindly connect, watch, and mark your calendars and schedules accordingly to join and make the most of the situation. Naveen ji, over to you. How can people follow your work and connect with you?
Okay, so one thing is through Ananda Yoga. So you can visit the website anandayoga.com.hk, and you can visit my personal website naveenthehealer.com, and you can reach by email naveen.meghwal. So just put a dot, naveen.meghwal@gmail.com, and there's a Facebook page for Naveen the Healer and Ananda Yoga. So you can send me a message, email me, and then you can reach. Yes.
So I'm just typing it out. Naveen.meghwal@gmail.com is one. And the Ananda Yoga website, can you repeat once again?
anandayoga.com.hk.
ANANDA, Ananda Yoga.
anandayoga.com.hk.
.hk.
Yes.
Lovely.
And naveenthehealer.com. Yes.
So thank you so much. And lastly, what would be your message or tip or a guideline for people who want to practice? Because we have attendees like, as I see now, we have friends from Peru, Sydney, Washington, Indian, Switzerland, like different parts of the world. And each one is a very serious seeker in their own field. And they have been long-term practitioners, sadhakas. And what would you like to share with them?
Okay. So first message is, I always believe in one thing, like first you try to establish within. As I mentioned, a person who is not balanced will not be able to experience deeply. So first try to balance the self by practicing practices I will tell you later. So establish in the self, tada drashtu sarupi avasthana. Then after establishment, when you experience something, then pariprashnen, how it happened and what is the procedure. Because for me, it may happen in a different way. For you, it may happen in a different way. My experience may be different than you. Yogis have given so many dimensions, Rishis has given so many dimensions, but they still have mentioned a wide range of experience so that individual can follow, but still 5% or 10% you have to put your own experience. And that is the best thing that matters the most. That make a person become Kabir, Mira, or Nanak, anything, or Buddha. So, Pariprashnan, how this whole experience has happened. I told you do this one and all this, but does it work on you? And can you create a different dimension? Can you see a different dimension in this one? I just asked you to this one, but you may expand the arm and feel that your whole body is lifting up. It can be a different dimension. So, Pariprashnan, first is establishing the self, and after establishing in the self, going deeper into deeper, establishing the self, and then have full faith on your practice in life. Shraddha. If the Shraddha is coming through establishment, Pariprashnan, that Shraddha is the deepest one. So these are three components you have to put into your practice, into your life, whatever you do. And regarding the practices, as I always believe that if you do pranayama practice, and if you are not too deep into it, then you definitely need to do some physical movement, some asana practice, so your body get ready. So you can choose any set of practices that allow you to open up your body. Some people do sun salutation and all this, but basic thing is you try to open the hip, chest area and arms and all this. With the pranayama, those who are healthy, okay, regarding this session, you can do Kapalbhati first by tapping and then do 30 to 40 strokes, then gradually increase. Later on, when you feel really comfortable, you don't have any discomfort, you can do around 120 strokes or more than that. And then there should be a 3 to 4 minute break to feel what has happened within you. And then you start doing Bhastrika, the Sudarshan Kriya, by clapping, rubbing, and do it around 30 strokes in the starting. Then later on, when you feel comfortable, it could be 60 to 80 strokes. And at the end, you just join your hands in Namaste and feel the prana is flowing the whole body. And then you can move the hand up and down or to the sideways and all this to experience it. So this is some points you can note down from the practice.
Thank you very much. I think that was beautifully put, and I can easily connect it with the sutra, Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna, Purvaka, Itaresham. For all the sadhakas, these are the 5 traits to hold on. Shraddha, as you mentioned, and then the Samadhi is a deeper experience. So, and the Smriti, being aware of that experience. So, having a deeper experience, having an awareness about it, and continuing with Shraddha, I think this would be a wonderful tip for all the practitioners. Thank you very much, Naveen ji. And I thank all our participants who have joined from different parts of the world. Thank you very much for connecting with us.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I've just got a note that anandayoga.com.hk, it says the site under construction. Is there any other website?
Yes, naveenthehealer.com.
Naveen?
Naveen the Healer, THE, naveenthehealer.com.
Okay. So thank you very much. And wishing everyone a good day or good night in whichever part of the world you are. Namaste.